The goat is back. Pint. It's been like 7 months since they made the last video. Oh, this is actually good. I love the editing style. But this is on Elden Ring. I beat Elden Ring in alphabetical order. I've never played Elden Ring. I watched a bunch of videos. It's one of those games that I probably prefer just watching other people play it rather than playing it myself. I tried Dark Souls 1. I just don't like it. I don't think I ever like it's just rage inducing, which I don't like. Not gonna lie. But yeah, Pint is back. 7 months. Let's go, the goat.
Can you beat every boss in Elden Ring in alphabetical order? Hello, the name's Pint, and I want to break Elden Ring as much as f***ing.
Jesus, what the hell happened? I've never watched any of their streams, but damn. VTuber model is kind of expected. It's kind of expected.
However, there's one
from the yeah, I saw roughly before. It's expected.
teensy problem. I've never actually beaten Elden Ring before. Anyway,
Same
because
here.
this game technically has like 1 billion bosses, I've narrowed it down to those that give an achievement on kill, some of which are locked behind NPC quests, area progression, and of course, other fucking bosses. But hold on a minute, folks. Daddy has some rent to pay. I'm Daddy, by the way. Today's video is sponsored by Opera GX, the browser designed by gamers for gamers. Unlike other browsers, Opera GX lets you fine-tune your performance settings to be optimal for gaming, guaranteeing minimal lag and high frame rates for those nights where you're playing your favorite game and watching your favorite streamer both at the same time. And if that's not enough for a greedy little scoundrel like you, Opera GX also allows you to install mods to customize your browser any way you want. If you need to forget the horrors for a moment, you could pick a nice relaxing theme. Or if you need to enhance the horrors further, you could do that too, I guess. Mods can even have different background music and little sounds whenever you do things, which really adds to the vibe. And if there's a part of a mod that you don't like, you can easily disable it in the mods menu. But I know what you're thinking.
Plain wallpaper.
Marry me. To which I say, back up, I'm trying to do an ad here. Switching browsers is a lot of work, right? Wrong. Opera GX has a nifty quick import tool, allowing you to quickly copy over all of your bookmarks, cookies, and even your browser history. Yeah, we didn't forget about your browser history, buddy. If you're a real gamer, download Opera GX today with my link in the pinned comment below. So, I made my alphabetically accurate character.
People don't keep their browser history, like, there's no shot. People still do that. I guess there are people who still download prawn content. Which I don't know why. That makes no sense. Why would you have that on your computer? There's the whole wash thing that happened. I thought they were like goblins or something. Short stack goblins. Sure, Vash. Yeah.
And began my conquest. So I went around, got the essentials, you know, Dectus Medallion, +3 weapon, the stone that reveals my innermost thoughts.
You're beautiful.
Cruised on down to the Sophia River and prepared to take on the first boss. Now, I was a bit rusty, but I took it down no problem. And now, the run gets fucked up and deranged. The next boss was a cute little guy called... conveniently accessed through the godforsaken Lake of Rot. To prepare for this battle, I gathered some more cool little magic items, because melee wasn't going to cut it. Can you guys tell that I like magic? Now, smart viewers will notice that I can't actually access the Lake of Rot without killing Radon outside of alphabetical order. But what if I told...
Yeah, I never knew that, so this is all new stuff to me. But yeah, no, it's just solidifying why I probably would never enjoy playing Elden Ring, and probably just like watching other people play it, because I don't like... I say I don't like to rage, but I used to play League. I'll probably get back on it because the new splitter started, but
told you there was another way. In Elden Ring, there's a glitch called a rung warp. If you teleport from one area
Yeah, the difference is, I think the difference is I can't blame anyone else but myself. If I suck at Elden Ring in League, I could just pretend everyone else is bad, even though I'm going like 0 and 13.
area to another, and in the loading screen, force quit your game at the right moment. You can trick the game into spawning you at a different loading point within the same zone. And from here, I can get to the Lake of yeah, it turns out there's 2 mandatory bosses that block your way. And, spoiler alert, Valiant Gargoyles is pretty late in the run. Cool. Plan B. A second way to the Lake of Rot is through Ranni's questline. However, in order...
Okay, this model is actually fucking crazy. What? The rigging is insane. That must have cost a pretty penny for that. Jesus, man.
to get to Ranni, we'd need to kill Royal Knight Loretta. Fuck me. Introducing... Zipping.
Yes, please. What?
By blocking and walking forward at the same time, you can do this. So I figured,
Oh, I've seen this.
if I turn myself into a human
In the
slingshot,
speedruns.
maybe I can get across this gap and access Ranni. However, it requires...
It's apparently like very difficult because it's like very frame. You have to be frame accurate with this, which is crazy that people just run it, do speed runs doing this, zipping around.
not 1, but 2 frame-perfect inputs. And it
Yeah,
requires a
frame-perfect.
stable 60 frames per second. And my PC, illustrated here, can't do that. So, despite
What?
making my game look like RuneScape, my...
I guess it's. Oh, is that why people change their res? I've seen them change. I've roughly seen speedruns here and there, but I've seen them change their res a lot. But yeah, it's probably because either he's doing this on his own, like without streaming, or like I can see why it's not running at a consistent 60 if he's running that model. That model is like crazy.
my FPS just wasn't stable enough. And if this absolutely essential glitch was literally impossible to do, that would be bad. So I had 2 options. Spend thousands of pounds on a new PC, or I could cheat a tiny bit. I installed a script to do the inputs for me. But don't worry, I still suffered. Because
I use that script, that hotkey thing, only because I broke my letter O, so I had to remap another key to O. So
even with the script doing the input perfectly every time, in 1 hour it only worked twice, further cementing how impossible this would be to do.
that is crazy, even with a script. Damn. Even with the script, that's crazy how like speedrunners just do it.
Manually. But after a couple different spots and plenty
Muscle memory is just crazy then. When you could just get it. I know they probably do it like a couple of times before they actually get it, but that's still crazy that Pine took like hours to do it. And they just do it like on the 3rd try.
of
like,
perseverance,
A max
this
3rd
happened.
try.
Let's fucking go! And now I could finally access the lake.
I guess they're not doing it
Oh.
without they're doing
door's
it on their
closed.
own.
No matter. By spending a mere 2 hours
Without
perfecting this
the
jump that
model.
results in 6 seconds of video, I could bypass Renna's locked door, steal her clothes, and finally access the Lake of Froth. I quickly made my way
steal
down
her
to the
clothes?
fog wall, ready to take on the second boss. So I decided to add an extra rule to this run. I wasn't gonna level up my health stat at all, since the image of a true mage is that of a huge, throbbing brain sitting atop a malnourished and wrinkly body. Me
Yeah, but there's an anime. I've seen that healer anime where like they train their body really hard. That anime is crazy. Subverting the norms of healers, what healers do. They're like big butch guys who like can probably stomp out the main character, and then all they do is heal.
Meaning, pretty much anything the boss did would atomize me on the spot. Oh no! However, despite my low level and his gaunt appearance, there is a very effective way to kill Estelle. Throwing rocks at him. just like the Bible. And without much trouble, he's down.
True, that is.
And luckily, the run was about to get much easier.
Just don't look it up.
The next boss was fucking Commander Neil from the mountaintops of the Giants. However, glitching to the top of a mountain wasn't as bad as it sounds. It was worse. I spent...
If only I'd probably play it if my PC could run it. Just to look at the scenery.
Hours trying out different spots, waiting for the glitch to work, and then dying. I'll save you the whole rigmarole, but eventually it worked. Kinda. I'd made it to the consecrated snowfields, which is closer, but it's not the mountaintops of the Giants. But unfortunately, I didn't know exactly where I was. And
I can't get over
didn't
how
know where
good the rigging on this model is. There's such good rigging. Like, this reminds me of, like, Girl DM. Her model rigging is crazy. I don't know if she does it herself or she got someone else. Limu's are also good rigging. Dude, I remember when VTubing was like new. That shit is crazy compared to what it is now. It was just you're able to move side to side, and it can kind of capture when you smile-ish. But now it's just, yeah, if you have an iPhone, face rigging is crazy.
Nearest Grace was, and dying meant I'd have to repeat the glitch again. So, better not do that.
Surely. You want
But wait. By some miracle, I died within range of a stake of Marika. This had to be a sign. It was as if Miyazaki himself was smiling down upon me. I shan't disappoint you.
I doubt that. I think Miyazaki likes torturing his players.
Your father. I was able to locate the Grace after a very stressful walk, locked the fuck in, and found a nice little spot to fling my ass up to the mountaintops of the Giants. Yay. I scurried on down to Castle Sol, ran past all the nefarious little creatures and started fighting the boss. Unfortunately, he had a couple goons, which makes fighting him at low levels rather challenging. I tried and tried and tried and then gave up. It seemed impossible. If I could...
Doesn't that just epitomize Elden Ring and like From Software games? You keep trying and you either give up or you carry on. And was it that old adage of like gamblers, 99% of gamblers stop before they win? That's Elden Ring. That's so likes in general.
Just find a way to kill his goons. And so I did something, my dear viewer, that I came to regret deeply. I resorted to foul magics. Boys, the plan is simple. I position myself at an acute angle. Neil begins to summon his guards.
Terra Magica increases magic damage by 35% while standing within the runes.
I drink my wondrous physic, imbued with the
Cerulean Hidden Tear, granting me infinite
like
mana for 15 seconds.
And finally, I cast
Comet Azure, a powerful beam of pure magic. The first summon is vaporized. The second approaches, leaving just me and the commander.
Oh, shit. I'm not gonna lie, I really didn't think he'd die that fast. And I don't think it'd be a good video if I just went around one-shotting everything. So don't worry. I don't want to make a habit out of destroying every boss. Next up was the Dragonkin Soldier of Noxtel. He's dead. He's dead then.
Jesus.
Wow. Looks like the run really was starting to get easier. So the next boss is in a floating city in the fucking sky. I head on over to the Four Belfries and activate the first portal. This takes me to a floating rock outside of Farum Azula. But from here, we can wrong warp again. We close the game at the right moment and then end up at the start of Farum Azula, running through until we reach the Godskin duo. But we can't fight them yet. So we sneak around back and spend the next 20 minutes or so trying to bend the fabric of reality again. We make the glitch, skedaddle on down to the site of Grace, and are ready to face the next boss.
I never really watched a whole playthrough. Just like bits and bobs. and here and there watching my friend stream. Damn, this is just like crazy. Reminds me of like older games. Of like is that like dark gothic horror type? Where did those games go, man? I remember like Soul Reaver, the like Blood Omen. I talk about like Soul Reaver all the time with my friends because that's Soul Reaver is probably my favorite game. Yeah, it's only because of the lore. It's crazy. The gameplay is like because Soul Reaver is like a PS1 game, but yeah, this is reminding me of all like Darksiders. That's another one. Hack and slash. I love Darksiders. No, played 3. Wasn't interested. And apparently a lot of the Darksiders players did not like 3. Jesus. Talk about
This is
cinema.
an extremely late game boss, having one of the highest health pools in the game and one-shotting me with every single attack, even the one where he puts lightning on your little feet. But he was teaching me the first important lesson I'd learn in this run. When you die in one hit,
This
you're
model's
forced
rigging
to
is
learn the
actually
boss's
crazy.
moves intimately. So since my health didn't matter, I stripped away everything that wasn't essential. It was all about the mental state, because there's nothing more dangerous than a naked guy with a stick. And I have 2 sticks. I was starting to get good again. I could feel it. I was beginning to
There's no point
resemble
having
the
armor if
heroes
you're just
of
getting
Elden.
one shot. Anyway.
Before long, I'd identified the
there he
correct
is. Let
solution
me
to
solo.
each move. Cast, cast, cast. Roll, drink, roll.
I can't believe that meme just. Oh, that must be crazy. That must be a crazy feeling. Doing that and then getting immortalized by the game you're playing. That is crazy, man. Let me solo her.
Oh,
There was another one, was it? During the DLC. It was like, let me tank him. It's the last boss. I think Radan's the last boss or something. And he just goes in and like he has a shield, big ass shield that just he negates like 90% damage or something. Something crazy like that.
cast again. For as intimidating as he was quite predictable. What's he doing? What's he doing? What's he doing? What's Game over. I died. Oh no. Restart?
Jesus.
Restart? Would you like to restart? Now one could say a big fuck-off laser move that instantly kills you is a bit problematic. But this is me we're talking about here. Instead of simply dealing with the move like an adult,
Yeah.
I baited Placidrus X to fly into a wall, so that when he flies into me, I can just sit behind him. And that's just called strategy, baby. And so the Dragon Lord was defeated. There's just something so
just have
rewarding
to, man.
about fully
To
understanding
choose.
a boss's moveset. It's why I love these games, and it never gets old. Well, only 26 more bosses to go. Elemer of the Briar gets destroyed, and I make my way to the Fire Giant. And let me tell you, you could not drag me away from those puppies if you tried. Phase 1, low-key
Jesus.
easy.
For free? Oh my god.
Look at how big and immobile.
What the heck? Oh, Jesus. I remember, man. My friend like snapped my ankle. There's like a small bone that runs alongside your leg that connects to like your ankle. That's where like the ankle knuckle is. Dude, my friend snapped that off. It literally popped out of place and I have a screw in it. That is what it felt like. This it was just horrible. It was Jesus. It was a good thing I was drunk though. So like that kind of helped with the pain.
Oh my god. Look at how big and immobile he is for me. Should I? No, I mustn't.
Oh Jesus.
And now, it's time for the moment
that allowed on
you've been
YouTube?
waiting for. 1, 2, 3. Ready? Miku.
Okay, I'm sorry, it's too overpowered. No more Miku Miku Beam for the rest of the run, I promise. Anyway, Elden Ring is notorious for certain letters, creating some distinct zones. Ladies and gentlemen, we were about to enter the G-spot. First, we needed to get to Godfrey. By going to the Weeping Peninsula and opening the trap chest, we could very easily access Lendel. Now, with just the cheekiest of wrong warps, we find ourselves at the start of the city. We enjoy a leisurely stroll through the capital, reach Godfrey, and subsequently take him out fairly easily. However, Mr. President, there is a second Godfrey. However, he is 100% impossible to do alphabetically, since technically he shares a room with Morgoth. So unfortunately, I dub that the first failure of the run, and it's definitely going to be the last. For Godric, I had to find a way to skip Margit, and looking around, I couldn't find a spot where I could glitch into Stormvale Castle. This could be really bad. If this many bosses were undoable this early in the run, then I'd probably have to call it. I needed an idea, and fast. But it just so happened there was one right in front of me. Since Margit hadn't been spawned, there was no fog walls yet. So recklessly, I just decided I'd kind of launch myself through the middle. Of course, if Margit spawned, the fog walls would appear, thus giving me only one chance to succeed. Alright, fuck planning.
Oh, I thought you had certain places that you can zip. But you can just zip from any place. That's crazy.
We ball, I wing it, I ball. Let's just say I was a little over-leveled for Godric by now. I command thee, kneel. The next few bosses were pretty easy.
Okay,
there's a fight called Godskin Duo. I don't know if you remember it, but I just kind of did it first try. Godskin Noble was also really easy. I wouldn't mind if they made this fight harder, if they had a second guy you have to fight at the same time. By the end of the day, I was just toying with the Leonum as begotten. Ugh, who's next? Huh, Lich Dragon Fortisax. I've actually never heard.
Dude, that actually made me odd. Fuck's sake.
That boss before. I searched the details, which I probably should have done before starting the run, and realized he requires an NPC questline to be fought. Most of the steps were easily doable, but there was two seemingly impossible hurdles. Somehow glitching to the top of this tower, and somehow getting to the deep-root depths without killing Moog or the Valiant Gargoyles. At first, I tried just zipping up the Divine Tower, and it seemed pretty doable actually. But pretty soon I theorized on an even easier solution. I did Ranni's questline up until she asked me to kill Radahn. Then I went to Noxtella via the wrong warp from earlier, and with some glitching I acquired the Fingerslayer blade. I then went back to Ranni and gave her the blade, progressing her questline. I guess the game just assumes I killed Radahn. Anyway, she gives you the inverted statue, giving you access to the top of the tower. The deep-root depths, however, were a different beast. I tried zipping from the Ansel River main. I tried zipping through the boss room. I tried glitches from old Souls games to break the death camera, but nothing worked. I discovered that an old version of Elden Ring had a glitch that made this possible, but it kind of felt like cheating to do that. I even reached out to an Elden Ring speedrun moderator, and he said it was impossible. For days, I tried to find new glitches. Something that would get me there somehow. But eventually, I had to face it. Truly, all that stood between me and the perfect run was Moog and a few solid brick walls. Giving up really took my confidence down a peg. I considered glossing over this part of the video or trying a new challenge entirely.
I mean, you already made up caveats. Just do that glitch, man. Fly around.
Then I realized this taught me something valuable. Sometimes challenges aren't about succeeding, they're about trying your best and knowing you did all you could. To cast yourself into the unknown, not knowing if it's
this whole section being put in the video classic
possible, and taking the loss in stride if so. I began thinking about how this video's style and shift in content was quite unknown for me too. How in more ways than just an Elden Ring challenge run, I was trying something I didn't know I would succeed in. And so something changed in me after this boss. Something changed in me after the L Zone. I made short work of the next couple bosses, and I decided to make that change. I would put down my staff, put down the old way of doing things, and face the unknown head-on, no matter how hard it was or how long it took. And then it was time for her.
I dreamt for so long. My flesh was dull gold, and my blood rotted. Corpse after corpse left in my wake. Heed my words.
wish you could say.
Melania, Blade of Mikola,
Oh, okay.
and I have never known defeat.
Never known defeat. Speaking of
I
which,
am Pint,
defeat.
and I am very familiar with defeat.
Of course he makes that joke. It makes. It's just there.
My name is Pint. Hey, Melania, Pint here. I am Pint the Wizard. I may have been dying within seconds, but I was more motivated than ever before. Until eventually, I was able to start reading her moves. I should probably dodge this. This combo ends with a quick slash. It's unpunishable. Stay out. Same combo, but ends in a long slash. Rock and roll. Spacing myself perfectly to manipulate her AI, but all my attempts would still end in death. Mommy? I spent the next 3 days thinking of nothing but Melania.
Dude.
It felt like a millennia had passed. While sleeping, I would dream of her, and she'd be killing me. While cooking...
Dude, I would. I've had that before, where like I played games where I dream about it for some reason. But recently, I've been just dreaming about apocalypse stuff because I've been watching a lot of manhwa recaps about apocalypses, and I've just been dreaming about apocalypse situations.
I would be watching Let Me Solo Her on my phone, downloading his every move into my nervous system. I wasn't just determined, I was obsessed.
Dude, the
But the
rigging
result?
is crazy. He definitely
After
has
3
an iPhone.
straight days of failing repeatedly, I had developed a profound understanding of the fight. Every move I would know how to dodge, how to
That's
punish.
just crazy that that's in the iPhone. I think there's no other like real world like application like that other people use. Obviously there's like the emoji thing. I've seen it being used for like the emojis, which is like cringe. But like the real world application is like for VTubers. And every time they update it, apparently it breaks their rigging and stuff, so they have to redo it. It's crazy.
And to think all these hours of playing Souls games, and I had never understood a fight so deeply before. My decision to take a new approach was...
Dark Souls 2, 0 hours. I heard that's a tough pill to swallow. Dark Souls 2 is difficult because it's just bugged. It's just the like hitboxes are crazy. You just get murdered for like from bugs instead of like just being bad.
beginning to pay off. No more fear, no more panicking. All that remained was an unrelenting will to see it through, and the faith that I could. However, there was one thing I'd yet to master. One move that stood above all the rest.
Oh god, that... Yeah, I've seen a lot of people rage on that.
Let your flesh be consumed by the scarlet rot.
I still had one trick left up my sleeve. How to dodge waterfowl dance. Reddit. Yes, I understand. That looks...
that Reddit, man. That's crazy that Google stopped other browsers from trafficking to like Reddit, because that's the main traffic of Google currently, is people searching for something and then typing Reddit. That is crazy. Big brain for like acquiring Reddit and being able to do that. That's huge brain. But it's also like, it's bad for the customers, because instead of like trying to improve the product for the people, we'll just take the products that people use and then no one else gets to use it.
So easy and doable. Alright, you want to see how it's done? Observe. She jumps into the air. I die. Wait. Okay, let me try again.
Oh, that's...
And now that I could dodge this attack, it was time for phase 2.
Yeah, I forgot this is not even phase 2.
The scarlet bloom flowers once more. You will witness true horror. Now, rot.
I think we sure.
But don't let those big wings and really naked body distract you. Most of Phase 2 was the same familiar dance from before. I was weaving in and out of her attacks without even thinking about it. I felt good. I felt like all of the effort I put in was worth it. I felt like I had mastered the fight. And that feeling got me drunk. I was elated. I was on cloud 9. Nothing could stop. What's she doing? Wait, stop. What's she doing? Looks like I'll have to use my special move.
Spamming. Spam, bro.
Works every time. She begins a waterfowl dance. Fear not.
Wait, isn't this the debuff from hugging?
I've just spent the past 2 weeks playing Elden Ring, so I'm very good at avoiding women.
Sure
Future Pint here. That was just a joke, guys. Women actually like hanging out with me quite a lot. I was growing weary as I was nearing the end of the fight. Here. Her health was low, and I mean really fucking low. But as low as she was, I had to trust my knowledge of the fight.
Okay, this is when like people, oh man, people fail at like games like this that I've seen. Is when they're low. They get desperate. They're like, I need to strike, and they just forget everything. They forget to dodge the movesets that are on that you can't strike in between, and then they just throw themselves at the boss until it's dead. A big mistake.
Fight and not get greedy. I had to wait for the perfect moment. A moment like that. And now that she was defeated, nothing could stand in my way. God damn it! Ow, my fucking hand. Okay. Malekith is also a difficult fight. However, if you stacked 3 Malekiths on top of each other, Malenia would still have more health. That's one squishy puppy. Moreover, I quickly discovered that I could manipulate his AI, and thanks to my experience with Malenia, I was learning significantly faster, and that felt really good. Phase 2 did not feel really good. So, I upped my stagger damage and threw on a Hornet's Ring, then blissfully shredded through Phase 1. I mean, like, oh, look at this. He's getting owned. Then when Phase 2 came around, this happened. Alright, let's see.
Completely changed.
Probably gonna hit this guy a couple times. I'll go around stabbing him in the face. Oh shit, my sword's stuck. Let me pull that out there. Probably gonna hit him again. Yeah, that should do it. So yeah, that's basically Malekith. But it was at this moment the game decided to throw another curveball. Regardless of everything you've done before, when Malekith dies,
it'll be harder because the movesets are different.
The Earth Tree is burned, and with the capital turning to ash, Morgott is completely erased from existence. But despite Morgott's absence, Margit is still alive. Margit is no longer alive. I was a bit overleveled for this bozo. And we teleport to the Nokron Grace again, and it... Oh my. Who's that pretty little thing with the granite head and the forlorn eyes? Shit, this guy's good. I find the portal to the Mogwin Palace.
Oh, he did the thing where you enter it with no weapons because it just mirrors what you have on. With no weapons equipped, and then you equip it.
Let's give a quick hello to the Albinoris and then mosey on up to... I fucking hate Moog. I fucking hate him, dude. And you know, he's a hard boss. I'm not gonna deny that, but he's just such a fucker about it. He's like, ah! Oh, he thought that was an attack? Nah, I'm just kidding. When he's not attacking, he's just fucking standing there. And I can't attack him from neutral, so I just have to wait for him to do something. But if I walk into melee range, he gets
just one of those where like, you just lift your fist and then you just do nothing. You just stand there.
Fast and he says sex, dude. He says sex. His entire lore is that he kidnapped a child. He just has creepy uncle vibes, man. Fighting him was not fun. A big part of his moveset are these fire puddles that he leaves on the ground. Ow, owie, owie, ow, ow. Every fiber of my being wanted to go back to my arcane ways and atomize his bitch ass. Because when I died to Melania, it was like, Slay Queen. God forbid a girl have hobbies. But every time Moog killed me, it felt like the kid on Xbox Live actually did fuck my mum last night. And he was one of the reasons I couldn't get to the deep root depths. One of the biggest failures of the run. And for that, I had no remorse. I decided to use the rock that makes gay people fall over. Nihil! Nihil! And now to enter the DLC. Haha, just kidding. This video will definitely be out before it releases. And wouldn't you know it, the next boss is also Moog. How's it going, man?
Wait, he made this before the DLC.
So next I had to kill Godfrey. And again, you gotta kill Grandpa out of order. But let's be honest, old people shouldn't really exist in the first place, right? But luckily, he's an easy fight, and I didn't die a single time.
I'm going to the top ropes, Tarnish! No, don't go to the top ropes! No, watch out!
So this is it.
Out of nowhere.
It's time to face the boss that made me quit Elden Ring so long ago. But these swords won't do. I needed a blade, fit to slay a god. For him, I needed something special. I thought back to what I'd learned about glitches this run. The quirks of zipping, the odd ways NPC questlines worked. And with all that newfound knowledge, I hatched a plan. I made my way to Liania of the Lakes and identified a strange rock.
A boss that you can zip and it despawns the platform and he just dies.
I took aim and prepared to launch myself into the horizon. And with the final zip that I would use in this whole run, I had made it to the Moonlight Plateau. I ran up the hill, descended into the basement. I knew what I was searching for.
Did you say descended or
descended into the basement. To the Moonlight Plateau. I ran up the hill, descended into the basement.
It's very quiet.
I knew what I was searching for would be here. 7 years ago, when I beat my first Souls game, I was using one weapon. And 1 year ago, when I quit Elden Ring, I was using one weapon.
Ah, you were at my side all along. My true mentor. My dark moonlight.
Now, I was ready to face him. Now I could touch the barrier and get fucking flashbang. Oh my god, oh my god. Radagon of the Golden Order. As I learned his patterns, I was amazed. But not with his difficulty. I was amazed because this guy made me quit the game. He staggers every 2 seconds. You can jump over like every attack. I mean, he's not a pushover, but the way I could feel the flow of the fight, it felt easy. Could this be it? Did I finally get good? Or maybe Radagon's really easy, guys.
Maybe.
Hate this fight. He's always running away and using unavoidable moves. They have got to add a way to this fight. He's always running away and using unavoidable moves. They have got to add a way to ride Torrent in here, man. Or at least that's what I would say until I started this challenge run. Maybe it was my newfound skill, or maybe it was my really overpowered sword, or maybe it was a mix of both. But whatever the reason, the fight was just clicking with me now. Your silly ring move? Ha! I know what a jump button is now. Oh heavens, is that Elden Stars?
neutralized by my bubbles here. You are nothing. Not even a god can stand in my way.
This is it. A chance to prove myself. I have died 1,000 times. And now, it's your turn!
And now, if you'll excuse me, I have a run to finish.
Doesn't it count as together with Radagon?
My thirst for blood brought me to Radahn. He would be the next to face my unrivaled skill and my plus 10 weapon with 74 intelligence. The Red Wolf of Radagon, the Royal Ancestor Spirit, Renala of the Full Moon, all would fall before my blade. And with Renala defeated, I could finally achieve my peak form. Royal Knight Loretta falls, meaning I could finally access Rani legitimately. Might be a little late for that though. Even Rykard. Wait, you're telling me this rusty old spear requires strength? Ugh, fine! I felled the Great Serpent with my absolutely revolting...
That's the issue with these runs. It's like you get to a point where like your skill's good, you're good at dodging and all that, but plus you're like super strong as well. You just snowball. That's why I didn't really finish watching someone do a run like the Taliban stream that he did where he just played Elden Ring. I just watched the start because I liked watching him just die over and over at the start. But like later on when he got stronger, it didn't interest me. I don't know how strong he got, but it didn't interest me because I just assumed everyone will just get stronger at the end and it's not going to be as fun.
Strength build. Back to intelligence. I am never doing that again. Until finally, the last pathetic excuse for a challenge fell to my hand. The valiant gargoyles were defeated. 32 bosses in alphabetical order, kind of, sort of. As I rested at the sight of grace, a sense of peace washed over me. I thought of all the reasons I started this run in the first place. To give myself a reason to try a new type of content. To buy a $450 real-life Moonlight Greatsword. To scan the textures onto a 3D model and suddenly the whole purchase becomes tax-deductible. To finally say that after all this time, I could do it. As scary as it is to try something new, just focus on going from A to B. Press on, tarnished. You have fight in you yet. And don't you dare go hollow.
Hey guys, don't mind the gun. I just released some new merch. You don't have to buy it or anything. Don't mind the gun. It's really cool. I worked really hard on it. Don't mind the gun. Also, while I'm at it, might as well plug my Twitch stream. Don't mind the gun. I'm not gonna do anything with it. Yeah. you're gonna buy the merch and watch my streams, right? So there's not gonna be any problems. There's not gonna be any issues rising, is there? Go to my fucking.
That was a great video. 7 months, mate. 7 months without a Pirate video. That's crazy. That was a good watch. Never played Elden Ring. Probably will never play it. Prefer just watching people play it. It's more fun that way. I'm not raging at it, so yeah. Fun video.